Hello, wonderful human. This video is for you if you're afraid of driving a car. In this video, we will be using EFT tapping method. So if you don't yet know what it is, please check out that video first so you know what we're working with, and then come back here. The technique I'm going to share with you is something that has helped me to release all of my fear regarding the driving after I had 15 years break, and then prior to that break I only drove for less than a year and not very frequently. So I had all sorts of fears, tension and stress, and my first few experiences behind the wheel after this 15 years were super stressful, anxiety inducing, tearful, just downright awful. I then took 1 week to just tap on it regularly and use some visualization technique, and within 1 week everything changed. It's really unbelievable. I just have one little disclaimer. If your fear of driving is connected to a car crash trauma, so whether it's you being in a car crash or perhaps you've lost someone close to you in a car crash or someone been really badly injured, I wouldn't go there alone. In that case, I would strongly advise that you work with a professional EFT practitioner so you can release this trauma together and then release that fear. Certain places you shouldn't go alone. So having said that, let's begin. I'd like to invite you to just take a deep breath in, close your eyes, and exhale, and tune into your fear of driving. And rate it on a scale from 0 to 10. 10, it's you are scared shitless, absolutely terrified. 0, it's easy peasy. First number that comes up, take a mental note of that number. Open your eyes and let's start tapping on the karate chop point.
Remember, the more specific your tapping is, the more effective. Don't be afraid to change my sentences to make them more suitable for you. Use specific names, add, clarify, repeat something that really appealed to you, etc. These videos are just an example. The more specific rounds you create, the better are your results. Remember that your gold lies in a specific tapping.
Even though I'm really afraid of driving, I'm so scared. The idea of being a driver is terrifying and so stressful. I choose to accept everything that I'm feeling right now. Even though I'm really afraid of driving a car. I'm worried that I may cause an accident, hurt a pedestrian, maybe I don't know the traffic rules well enough, or maybe parking fills me with absolute dread. And even though I feel all of this, I choose to accept everything that I'm feeling right now. Even though I'm really afraid of driving a car. There are so many things that could go wrong. I'm so afraid. I'm so stressed out. And I know stress will only make me a worse driver. And I don't trust myself. And even though I feel all this stress and fear, I choose to accept everything that I'm feeling. And I choose to deeply and completely accept myself like this anyway. And I'm open to the idea that I could release this fear and that I could become confident yet safe driver. And so it is. And let's move to the eyebrow point. I am so afraid of driving a car. I am so stressed about the idea of driving a car. I am downright terrified of driving. There are so many things that could go wrong. I don't trust myself. I don't know if I'm good enough driver yet. I'm so scared that something will go wrong. I am really afraid of driving a car. And in the next round, I'll give you the space to tell me. Okay, so I will invite you to just tell me what is it that you feel and what is it that you fear the most. So for me, it was driving at high speed on a motorway. Parking, oh my God, especially parallel parking was absolutely terrifying. And driving in a rush hour. But for you, it might be something completely different. So let's move to the eyebrow. And just tell me, why are you so afraid of driving? What are you afraid will happen? And side of the eye. Continue. Why are you so worried? What are the worst case scenarios that you're creating in your head? Under the eye. What's so scary? Pedestrians, traffic, motorways, country roads, animals running under your wheels. Move to the under the nose. When you're thinking about all of those things that could go wrong, what are the emotions that you're feeling? Other than fear, embarrassment, stress, anxiety, worry, anger, frustration. Move to the chin point and continue telling me about the emotions. Just tell me, like, what are you feeling when you're thinking about the fact that you're afraid to drive? Let's move to collarbone, and if there are any places in your body where you feel this emotion, you can tell me that too. So maybe there's like tightness in the chest or heaviness in the stomach. And let's go under the armpit. Any other remaining emotions, feelings, fears. On top of the head, any other in what way are you inadequate to drive a car? What makes you not good enough? And take a deep breath in and out. And let's move to the eyebrow point and repeat after me. All of those fears that I've got. This vivid picture of everything that I could do wrong. Everything that I could do wrong while I'm driving. I really want to drive, but I am so afraid. I know the ability to drive would open so many doors for me. But I just can't get over that fear. I can't. I'm just too afraid. It's too much. I'm not afraid because I'm bad or stupid. It's just a certain defense mechanism that I've employed. And I know it was serving me somehow. But I also know that I can make a choice to release this fear and stress connected to driving. So I'm choosing to release it. Before I thought I didn't have a choice, and it has to be this way. But now I know I have a choice. So I'm choosing to release this fear and stress connected to driving. I'm releasing this fear from every fiber of my being. I'm releasing this fear from every cell in my body. And I'm releasing this fear from any situation in my past where I've experienced being afraid of driving. I'm letting it go now. And I'm choosing to forgive myself for standing in my own way for so long. I am forgiving myself for being afraid. And now I know that it's possible for me to be confident yet safe driver. I am feeling more and more calm about driving. And I know that when I am calm and collected, my brain functions much better, which makes me much better and safer driver. And if I ever get stressed in a car, I can always tap on myself. Maybe if I do something silly and someone will honk at me or flip me a bird. Rather than showing them my finger, I can just use my finger to tap on myself. I have done that so many times. I have this tool at my fingertips. And so I know it's now much safer to consider driving. I am feeling calm and collected. And I am trusting myself that I can do it. I can be safe and confident driver. I am safe and confident driver. And if there's anything else that I still need to do to improve my driving, I am choosing to do just that. I trust in my ability to be a safe driver. I am calm, centered, and focused whenever I am behind the wheel. And whenever I'm driving, I am divinely guided and protected at all times. I am realizing that it's safe to drive. I'm clearing all that fear and stress. And I invite trust and confidence. I can do it. I'm doing it. And now I invite you to just think of all of the doors that driving would open for you. So for me, number one was being able to drive to the forest whenever I want. And number two was not have to carry kilograms of shopping on my backpack on my bicycle. And there's like plenty other things, but those were two very big ones. So find one, two, or three big things. What would driving enable you to do? And start thinking about it. And move under the nose. And just focus on this. Imagine that you're able to drive, you're able to do those things. And chin point. What emotions did this invoke in you? What would you feel if you were able to drive and do those things? Collarbone. Really feel those feelings. If it's pride, excitement, freedom, joy, independence. Feel those feelings. Feel how good they would feel. Under the arm. Feel them as this already happened. You are already a confident driver. You are able to do all of those things. Feel how good would that feel. And top of the head. Repeat after me. I choose to believe this is now true for me. I am confident and safe driver. I am centered and focused driver. I am always safe on the road. I am always divinely guided and protected on the road. It is safe to drive a car. I am very patient in my process. And I am my own biggest supporter. And I know that it's safe for me to be a good driver. And stop tapping, close your eyes, take a deep breath in. And out. And tune into this fear of driving. And rate it on a scale from 0 to 10 again. Open your eyes. See what number came up, see if it shifted. Hopefully it shifted downward. If it stayed the same or it moved up, perhaps there are other aspects that are worth looking at. If there are any memories that came up for you or any other emotions, make a note of them because they will be your further tapping targets. Sometimes we are able to clear an issue in like literally 10 minutes tapping round or one private session. other issues, they will have like a lot legs to stand on, and we just have to cut all of those legs individually. So that's why when you're tapping on one subject, a lot of the time you will get what seems like very random memory or very random feelings, but there's nothing random in this work. All of those things are making sense. Unless you start thinking about what should I have for dinner, then that is resistance that is just stopping you to work. But if you suddenly just remember something that happened, or like how you felt when someone said something to you once, this sort of things, they are always there for a reason, and it's really good to look at them and see how they are connected. Next, I am thinking about recording a video for the fear before the driving exam and being afraid that you fail. Let me know in the comments if I should do a video like this. And one of the fear that is connected to fear of driving is often I am not good enough. So if this is your belief, check out that video when we're going to work on this issue together. I hope to see you there, and I thank you for taking those steps to loving yourself more and taking charge of your own life. I hope to see you soon. Peace.